Welcome everyone to the Don Vic Show. I'm your host, Don Vic. And here I have my son. He's with me today here at the studio. He'll be working the computer on that side. So IG couldn't make it today. So he's doing some family things. But we here and we're gonna we have an amazing show today. Been waiting for this one for a minute because we had to reschedule, we got a busy woman going on here, and doing a lot of things. So I just wanna thank everybody for the support, that you guys give the Don Vic Show. Thank you so much. And all the viewers that log in and share it and like it. I appreciate the love. But today is a very special day. We have an amazing woman coming aboard. She is an award-winning inspirational singer and songwriter, Amy Barbera. And we have her here today at the show, and we're going to bring her on board. So everyone, please welcome Amy Barbera to the show.
Woo!
Hey!
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
You're so nice. One thing, I didn't know you were from Boston. I thought your show was from New York. So I'm telling you, I just noticed in the opening it says Boston's best or something. I was
yes. I'm from Boston, even though New York is down the street from us. You know, it's very close. So, we be going back and forth there. So, but yeah, we from Boston. And you're from
born and raised in Hagerstown, Maryland. I'm a small town girl, really. And then I moved to Florida, South Florida in 1996. So I've been down here ever since. But I grew up up north.
Okay. So we know you're a songwriter, you're a singer, you love to sing. So tell us how that all began for you. What inspired you to become a singer?
Wow. Well, when I was little, I grew up in a small town, and I always, ever since I was a little girl, I loved to sing, but I didn't have much confidence at all, actually. And I entered a contest in elementary. So I think it was either elementary or early middle school. And it was like a talent thing. And I did my favorite things from The Sound of Music. I had a little dress and a teapot, the song. And I did all this little dancing, and I ended up winning. And I won money, actually. It was like a piggy bank thing. They had a drawing of a pig on a cardboard, and they taped the money. I think it was like $10 or something. So that was kind of really a big moment for me as a child.
Right.
But I never really pursued it at that time. I was a cheerleader in high school. I had a high school sweetheart.
Okay.
But I developed the eating disorder anorexia when I was young.
Oh.
And went through a really hard time with that. And it was through the healing of that is when I gave my life to the Lord, and I started to really want to pursue not only music, but art, because I love art and creativity. And I decided I wanted to move away from home. I started counseling just once a week. I go to a therapist to deal with the eating disorder.
Right.
And ended up through the healing of that, I said, I really want to do something I love in life. And so I moved away, and I started going to church, and immediately the pastor said, "You're anointed to sing." They had me get up and sing. I sang Amazing Grace.
Okay.
I was shaking like a leaf, scared to death. I mean, I was in musical theater in college and had some leads, not big leads, but some of the leads in the play. So I had experience. But the minute I started singing, and everybody was crying and people were coming up, "You're anointed to sing." And then I started training with my worship leader, Tim Jack. And I wrote my first song with him back in 1996 97 called Flowers in My Garden. And that's kind of how the songwriting journey. But I actually moved to Florida and came to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. So I came with with art and fashion, and then ended up really wanting to pursue my music. And then now, of course, with making videos and fashion, it all comes together. So
yeah. And you do a great job at it. I've been watching some of your videos and music, and I love it.
Well, thank you.
What makes you think your music is different from other music? What makes it different?
Well, the thing is that my favorite all-time artist is Prince. I'm a huge Prince fanatic.
Okay.
So he was my biggest influence as far as music and art. And I thought, wow, because he was so different. So for me, in my earlier years, I struggled with what direction should I be? A Christian singer? Should I be this? Should I do this? And you have to find a place where you are not trying to be what's out there with trends, or you have to be yourself.
Right.
I decided to just be me, and if God gives me a song, that's the song, and I just am authentically me as far as the songwriting, the way that we do the videos. I work with an amazing producer, Ben Bagby. I've been with him like 20 some years.
What's his name?
Ben Bagby. He's just amazing. I can't say good things about him. And I've worked with many others, but he's the main one.
Okay.
And we just work so well together, and he understands me. And we edited and we filmed and edited my flying music video together, actually.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not good at the editing part of video. He's really phenomenal at it, but we sat down every session. I picked what I wanted because, we had to do a lot of green screen.
Right, right.
So,
but I like it because it's different, your video,
Yeah, well,
it's different from videos that I'm used to,
Oh, hip hop, yeah.
The girls, and it was different. And to tell you the truth, it took me to another place because everyone has dark places, spiritual places, good places. And when I saw your video, it took me straight to my spiritual world. And it was like so peaceful to hear your song. I was like in peace, it just brought this feeling in me when I heard the song. And
Wow.
and every time you said flying, I was like picturing myself, what I'm saying, flying high. So I love the song. It's a great choice, great song. When you write your music, where do you get your ideas from? Is it when you read the Bible that you come with these ideas, or is it, stuff that you go in life and then you just put it down?
Usually like a combination of things. Usually it's something that inspires me, or like, because I have before, Make Me a Butterfly and all that, I wrote a song called God's Special Angel.
Right.
For sick and handicapped children. I really have a heart for like special needs children, or anybody that's really feels left out in society. And so I wrote this song. This is before really internet. I think MySpace was just coming in.
Oh my God.
So I would call, and my friends that would help me would call the hospitals, the local children's hospitals. And I started going in and singing, not just in South Florida, but in other places, to sick children with God's Special Angel. And so that kind of, I get inspired by like situations like that. I was inspired by special needs children. Okay. And then with Make Me a Butterfly, that was during like the MySpace days. And I had a lot of people that started to follow me that were sick with cancer. And then my grandma, had Alzheimer's. And so like I got inspired. I was sitting at work. It wasn't like written at home. And the Lord just gave me the lyrics and the melody right away. Like wow. I knew right away. And then I was working with a guy named Jim Wallman at the time, and Ben together. We worked as a team. And I went to Jim, and he's a pianist, and sang it. And then Ben came in and helped with the background vocals, So for me, it's like I get inspired by certain situations, and like Walking on the Stars is a fast song I did, but I wanted to write a fun song about people trying to reach for their goals. Right. So I just write from my heart, basically. And I'm inspired by situations, people, things in my own life. Okay. So and it comes easily too. It's like
I can imagine.
Well, like if you're, like I don't sit down and say I have to write a song. Like I could be driving and something hit me, and then I'll have to like, oh my gosh, and I got to write it down.
Right. Yeah. We do the same. Me and my son.
Yeah, with the show, right?
With the show, and we also, we into music. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sometimes we be riding and we'll play like an instrumental song, and we're listening to it, and he'll start babbling some words, and we'll start putting words together. Next minute, we got a chorus, and that's how we work.
Well, my fiance, he was in music. His name is TC. He's actually a police officer, but he was signed to major label, and he toured with Stevie B back in the day.
Oh, Stevie B.
Oh, yeah, we did all. Yeah, TC's still in contact, but he toured. This is back in the day. And
wow.
He had stuff on BET, and
Ooh, that's awesome.
So we've been working on a song together called "Blessed," and I'm hoping that we get that done soon. And then I wrote a song, a 1940s style song called My Sweet Pea, because I call him Sweet Pea. That's crazy. But like TC said, you should write a song in the 1940s, because he was watching something on YouTube where they take these songs, like a Lady Gaga song, and they make it like 1940s. I can't remember the name of the group. A lot of the American Idols and stuff do it. And I loved it. And so the next morning I just got up, and there's My Sweet Pea. It's already recorded. I actually filmed a video for it. I have victory rolls, everything. But me and my producer, Ben, I filmed the video with someone else, and it wasn't in high HD quality. So I'm refilming. But I think that song is going to be real, because it's very cute. It's like it could be on commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't, and that's what I'm trying to say. I don't stick to just genre either. Like that's a 40s song. I'll do a dance song.
Right.
I'll do like a gospel song. I'll do like an inspirational, or like flying, which a lot of people say flying would be good in a movie,
Right.
like in a scene where somebody's maybe.
Yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
So
I can definitely see that happening. So that's awesome that you can hit all those different spots.
Look at Charlotte. I see her on there. I love you, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte is so great. I can't tell you.
Yeah. She's amazing.
Like an angel.
She says to me, Victor, you should do a comedy show, you know, she or a movie. She says I'm funny, but in reality, she's fun. She's the funny one, you know. She calls and she's laughing all the time.
Yeah, you guys could do it together.
Right.
She is funny. She is a hoot.
Yeah, she is. She's
is
so
a
amazing.
hoot.
And I want to thank you, Charlotte, for making this happen with Amy. Thank you so much. You know, I appreciate this a lot. Okay. So, Amy, how do you compare you? Well, where does your music fall? Is it? I know it's not hip hop.
No, definitely not hip hop.
Right. Where would you put your music in, and what category you think your music?
Well, inspirational, like contemporary, adult, contemporary, inspirational. It could be under ambient music, under Christian music. I mean,
Right.
I don't.
Right.
I mean, I love Jesus and stuff, but
Right.
my music is not necessarily the traditional Christian gospel music.
Right.
More, I think, inspirational adult contemporary, because there is adult contemporary Christian, but I don't want to just label myself as just a Christian music artist, because I've had a lot of new age radio stations pick up my music, and a lot of different, you know, genres of music. I mean, different stations of music. So, but I mainly call myself inspirational. So that can kind of.
You are inspirational. Sure, you got that right.
Well, thank you. It's been really hard lately. My parents have been very, very sick. I'm a caretaker for my mom. I've been taking care of her for 2 years, which has taught me a lot about, you know, being a servant.
Right.
And it's been a journey, and it's been very hard.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my dad had a massive stroke last year, and he's on a feeding tube. So both my parents, my dad is in a nursing home, and my mom just had a heart condition, and I was in the hospital, and they just transferred her to my dad's nursing home, which she's not going to be there. She's only going to be there a few weeks. So I'm under a lot of stress.
Yeah, no.
I'm very stressed. And to release the flying video was very stressful, because in between all that, I originally was going to release it last year. I even announced the announcement. I had the video up, and then my dad had the stroke the same week I was going to release. And I said, I just can't do it. And then the Lord just spoke to me, because Christmas was right around the corner. I said, you know, I think this video is more for the spring.
Yeah.
So I waited, and I'm glad I waited, because about a week before the release, I told Ben I want to change the ending. We changed the whole last scene. You know, where all the colors are behind me. I about drove Ben crazy. I said, Ben, I don't like the ending. He was over here like 2 or 3 times that week before the release. And then, of course, I had to cancel with you because I changed.
Yes, you did.
It was very stressful. I get really nervous before release, because you don't know how people are going to take it. And I do all my own promotion. I don't have like I'm not signed to a label, so I don't have a promotion team. Right. But I'm very happy, because my video has reached almost 17,000 views. I think over 200 comments in 10 days, and I've done it all myself.
Yes, and I was going to say that. I'm proud of you. 17,576, I believe.
Yeah, as of today. But I got up this morning, I had all these comments from people all over the world, like people I don't even know.
That's amazing.
And what I do with my videos is I enter them on Film Freeway. If you guys, I'm going to tell you guys too, as music artists, Film Freeway is the biggest film thing all over the world, and they even have Cannes on there. They have Sundance, and you can submit either your videos, your show, or like if you're a music artist, they have a music video category. If you make documentaries or film, to festivals all over the world. And last year, of course, during COVID, that was like another thing for me as an artist. So I started entering Make Me a Butterfly, and I won I got chosen and won like 13 awards. And I won the big award for Dutcher on TV at the end of the year and I won money and everything. So that wasn't even I was so depressed at that time with everything going on with my dad. And I was shocked when I got the message from them. So I'm going to be doing that with flying. And I tell artists to step outside of your normal zone of what you think to do with your music or music videos and start submitting them, because a lot of opportunities opened up for that for me, you know.
Yes.
When I started submitting, and I'm excited because this video is doing even better than Make Me a Butterfly did, and you know, and you're going to put it before professional filmmakers, but they're all over the world. I mean, everywhere in the world you can submit, and the biggest film festivals to the smallest, or music. They also in radio, they have radio shows. You can win for radio shows too. So
that's awesome.
So that's something you should look into if you want to kind of step out. They have like festivals for just hip hop music. It's not
what's it called? Free what?
It's called Film Freeway. Just go Film Freeway and you'll see, and you have to put your film or your music.
Right.
It's all professional. I mean, they have Cannes. I don't know if you can really necessarily submit to Cannes, but I actually got selected by a smaller division of Cannes, a film festival in France that was smaller, and they picked my Make Me a Butterfly as a semifinalist. So I was really happy because they're located in Cannes, France, where the big film thing is, where all the A-lister films are. So I was happy just to get, but I couldn't go there obviously because COVID and everything else. But definitely look into that.
Okay, that's awesome. Who else in your family is a musician?
Oh, well, my dad, believe it or not, was a jazz musician. He was a saxophonist, and he used to be in jazz bands when he was really young. And then in college, he went to Penn State, and he was a jazz music major. And then he decided to do computers. He became a computer programmer, and that's what he did until he retired. But he had a gift with jazz music. And my grandfather, who I never knew, he passed away way before I was born. He actually was a professional organist, organ player, piano player, professional artist. He died of a heart attack in his 50s, so I never met him, but he was musically inclined. And my grandmother loved to sing, and my mom loves to sing. Matter of fact, Mom and I, since I've been taking care of her, we do singing together, and I want to record the song Smile with her, with my producer. You know the song Smile, the Charlie Chaplin song. Michael Jackson's favorite. That's Michael Jackson. So we're going to do that. And my mom, now when people hear her sing, they think she's adorable. So I think that was her gift, but maybe she didn't discover it until now with working with me, you know.
Right.
So I feel good about giving her the opportunity to shine. Because you saw her pictures, how cute she was. You know, she's 6, so I just put her pictures.
Yeah, that's you know, God put us through a lot of things, you know, and just I always say that God don't make mistakes, right? We go things in life to learn from them, and what He's doing, He's molding us to be stronger, you know, to be stronger, and in situations like the one you going through.
It's taught me so much. Like there's things, like I'm actually doing things like nursing stuff, and when my dad came home, I had to learn to do his feeding tube and change his diaper. And it was like, I was so against it just because I felt like that's my dad and he'd be embarrassed. But I had to do it. And then with my mom. And so it really humbles you and it like shows you and it makes you really sad. And it makes me see the process of aging. You don't realize it until so to take your health very seriously.
Yeah.
And so I'm under a lot of stress. And so what I'm trying to do is, I take care of myself, but I realize I have to really take care of myself because just watching my parents, it's really hard to watch.
Right.
Sad. It makes me sad.
Yeah. But they got you, you know. So and you have them still. So that counts. That speaks some volumes, you know. So you can still spend time with them and you know and do things with them. Um,
Yeah, and
and
I don't have any. I won't have any regrets. That's the good
right,
thing about it is that I can feel like, okay, I did my best, and I was there for them. And I think if I wouldn't have, when Dad came home for those 2 short weeks in between rehabilitation and then the nursing home, because he's really sick. I mean, he has to be on a feeding tube. He can't talk. He can't.
right,
Uh, and I think if I wouldn't have learned the feeding tube, and if I wouldn't have, I would have been mad at myself maybe. And it was very hard, but I did it. And I said, wow, this is what it's like to be a nurse. So I have a lot more respect for nurses.
right.
And of course, what they
Well,
went through with COVID and, you know, and now what's going on with Ukraine I guess
oh,
I'm a
yeah,
very emotional person. Like I get really, uh, things touch me so much. And so with the Ukraine situation, it has me so
yeah.
upset. I can't stand, all the suffering and stuff.
Yeah, you know, and it's sad that we have to see this, you know, and why people want to go there. Like, you know, we humans, the most beautiful thing in the world is life, you know.
You're right.
That's the most gifted things we have from God is life. And you know, these people want to go to war and destroy life. Like I that part I never understand.
Yeah, and like innocent people, like children and
Yeah,
elderly people, and
yes, it's just sad.
and just how our whole society's been in the last few years. I mean, when the George Floyd thing happened, I mean, I cried myself to sleep. I
Yeah,
was like, oh my
that was
gosh. I
bad.
mean, and I watched the whole trial from beginning to end. And so I feel like what has happened in our world with politics, like I don't
Oh,
even want to get involved with that. It just,
oh my
and
goodness.
then they bring religion into it and
Yeah.
Christianity into it, and it has me so upset, because it's like Jesus would not be that way. He just wouldn't be that way, and he wouldn't be. He loved people, and he was peaceful. It really bothers me. So there's so much, between COVID and then the war and then everything. It's like so emotionally
Yeah, you know,
sad.
every back to back. So this is something that's happening back to back, and it's just sad. You know, it's sad because it's all over the world. Everybody's suffering somewhere around the world, and
Yes.
we need more love out here. You know,
Yeah, we
we
do.
need,
I actually
we,
have a song called "We All Want to Be Loved" that I'm working. I wrote it years ago with the guy named John and John Fitzpatrick, and I never released it. And then when all this was going on, I said it's time, and so I'm actually working on the video, filming the video
that's
of it.
awesome.
And it's a fun song too. It's not a slow song. It's fun. It has like a really good hook, and it's called "We All Want to Be Loved" because I love everybody. I love the LBGT community. I love the African American community. My
Yeah,
fiance is African American, and
right.
so I all this division, and it just has me so upset.
Yeah. I
I love
mean,
everybody.
right. I love everybody, and I think that everybody should have the right to choose and pick who they want to be with.
I think so
You
too. And
know,
they like not. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're not doing anything wrong. It just breaks my heart. I want people to feel like they can be themselves
yeah.
and be accepted. And the hard part is like sometimes like the church doesn't always accept, and that's what bothers me more than anything. And I just
Right.
want to be an example of Christ that's the opposite of that.
Right. And they should be the role models. They should be the ones fighting for this and saying that we are equal, you
Yeah,
know,
we are all equal.
and
Yep.
we are, you know, I don't see when I see a person, I don't care who they are, I don't see color. I see a person.
You see a person. That's what
I
it's
see a
about.
person. And depending on the type of individual that person is, if you know, I feed off energy, right? We all do.
Yes.
So depending on what energy you're feeding to me, that's the energy I'm gonna feed back to you, because it's only fair, right?
Yep.
So,
You're right.
so you know, I don't see why color has to do with anything, or because you're dating out of your race, it's a problem to other people. Like that shouldn't be a problem. Everybody
No,
should,
I don't understand. All of it just so
you know,
upsetting. When
right?
people.
It's upsetting, but there's good people like you and I and my son in this world that we don't see that. So there is
You're
good people out here,
Yes, there is.
and we are the ones that can make that change and at least try to make the change, you know,
Yeah.
and open people's eyes and let them know, hey, it's okay for a person to be different. You
It
know what I'm
is.
saying?
Yep.
It's okay. You know, accept it, accept who they are for, for who they bring to the table. If it's
Yep.
someone you don't want to deal with, then you just don't deal with them, and you can do that in a peaceful way. It don't
Yep.
have to be arguing. It don't have to be me talking about someone and say, hey, we just don't vibe, right? So I'm just gonna let you do you and I'll do me. But
That's right. Yeah. And when
and-
I do like on social media, I don't put anything political up. I
right,
don't respond to political things. I don't want to, I just want to keep it because you don't want to get, because sometimes people could start arguments, and I've
yes,
decided,
yes,
I don't want any of that,
yeah.
so
And,
just
and, and
stay
it's
away
funny,
from it.
right? Because we fight about things like what you just said, politics and whatever. And at the end of the day, a lot of people getting screwed by our own government. So
Yeah.
why are you even trying to defend someone that's screwing us from day one?
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't
And
understand that.
it's so funny because President Obama was on, and when his dog passed away, I have my dog Eeyore, which I love very much. And his dog died, I think, last year. And he said, of all the posts that he ever put up, even as president and everything, he said he could not believe it. Everybody from all over the world were writing him to say they were praying for him. They were sad his dog passed away. But he said even the people that were Republicans that didn't like him, and they'd say, Obama, we just wanted to say we didn't like you as a president, but we feel bad and we're praying for you. And he said, gosh, if we were only the way we were with our dogs, how
Yes.
people are about their animals, and how, like he said, it brought all these people in his page and they were nice to him. He said he couldn't believe it,
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. Humans treat animals better than some humans. I tell you.
yeah.
I truly do say so, and they're privileged.
Yeah, oh, my doggy's spoiled.
They are privileged. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, she gets the best of the best. And I want to say, I
Yeah.
keep seeing Sue Mooney. Hi, Sue. She's so nice. She keeps writing. Her and Charlotte.
Yes. So Sue Mooney is from, I think she's from Hawaii. I don't know, but I know she's Hawaiian. She's a friend of Ulu Gomez, which is another guest I had on my show. She's amazing, and she's from
Aw.
Las Vegas, and she's Hawaiian. So
Hi, Sue. She
Yeah.
wrote. I think she wrote me a little bit ago that she watched my flying video. I wanted to thank her. And
yeah.
I'm going to be sharing once this is over. When you send me the archive, I'm going to be sharing it a lot. I'll be put it up on my website. I'm going to share it on social media. I like to wait till after the interview, and then I'll do the promotion and stuff.
Right. So yeah, so that's where Sue is from. She's Hawaiian. So big shout out to Hawaii.
Yes.
Okay, big shout out to Hawaii. Big shout out to the whole world, because the whole world be logging in on our show. So big shout out to everybody.
When did you start your show? Like, how did you start?
How did I start? Or as my interview? You interviewing me now?
Yeah.
We're switching chairs. Okay, let me see. I started like 3 years ago. I started my show 3 years ago.
Yeah, I like it. It's awesome. You
Thank
seem
you.
to have a big following and stuff. So
Yeah, it's I do, you're always not that satisfied where you at. You always want to grow, because that's the whole point of everything, is to grow, right? And I have a dream, like we all have dreams, and my dream was, when I first started, was to be nationwide, global, on the Don Big Show, and I didn't know where this show was going to go when I started, but I kept going and I kept being consistent with it, and that's another key to success, guys.
It is. That's consistency and not giving up.
That's right. And you're going to feel times where you want to give up, and you're going to go through some obstacles in your life where you just going to say, I'm done. But you got to overcome that and keep going if that's what you really want to do.
That's right. And everybody starts out like small. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
I started out doing this stuff before social media, and then I started on MySpace, my friend Jamie, and then gradually I literally just got on TikTok at the beginning of the year. I said I would never be on TikTok, and And I like it, but I still like, you know, and I love I have a Spotify channel, but
Yes,
you
you
just
do.
grow and you grow and you grow.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
started out doing like the little videos with just picture videos, and then you graduate to regular videos.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
it's a
always
process.
upscaling. You're always upscaling, you
Yeah.
know. And for people like yourself and myself and my son and my co-host, you know, it's you know, we have to stay uh busy and consistent because
Yeah.
we're part of an entertainment. You know, you're a singer, so you don't want to put out music and then stop and not stop fading away, and then your fans stop hearing about you. Because
Yeah.
once,
Yeah. You have to keep doing
yeah,
things, and,
yeah,
you know,
you have to stay putting stuff out, even if you're not putting out, say, a song, but you're putting your face out. You know, you're
yeah.
out with the family. You're staying in people's face, and people are gonna remember you. And you know, and always when you come on, they'll be like, "Oh, this is Amy Barbera," and your name starts going places. People start talking about you, but you know you're everywhere.
Yeah, and another thing is you have to think like of other avenues
Yes.
besides the traditional, like, you know, Film Freeway. I also started. I do a lot of photography as far as like with my music. I do photo shoots, and I did this really cool, like ethereal looking shoot with Yanni DeMello, where I had like, and we took the pictures in a beautiful park here in South Florida.
Okay.
Me with like a long daisy dress. I don't know if you've seen the pictures because I shared them over the last year. And I decided to start submitting them for magazines, and they picked it up
Yeah,
magazines. One in, I think it was England, and the other in Los Angeles. Because as an artist, as a music artist, it's not just about your music; it's about your whole image.
that's
So
right.
you create your own image, and then with the music videos, it's kind of another avenue.
That's right.
Another thing about me is I love thrift store shopping. It's like one of my passions. And
Okay.
so what I do on all of my social media is I don't just advertise myself as like a music artist, but I also as a thrift, you know, queen type thing.
Okay.
And I'll share like what I bought at the thrift store. People love that. I get a lot of response on that. And I actually would like to do something with a show. I don't know. It's just so much to think about where
Right.
about thrifting.
Right.
So there's like other avenues, you know, as an artist that you can explore
Yeah.
that all tie in with you as an artist, but you know, but they're other passions, I would say. So
Right. Yeah. And
like
you know, go ahead. Go ahead.
with you like you do your hip hop, but you also have your radio show, so it kind of
Right.
is combined.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, so doors do open, and it's always good to touch, you know, different spot. You know, I like to act too, you know, so I'm an actor and also an award winner. Thank you very much.
Oh, I have my trophy over there. My dad. That's from Detron TV.
Yeah.
They're so nice because they sent me a trophy, money, and a certificate. The other awards that I won through the Film Freeway, they send you certificates and everything. But when I found that out in December that I was the grand prize winner, they were going to send me a check. I was like so happy.
Oh,
I said, "This has
wow.
got to be God," because I was so depressed at that time, and I didn't even know I was a semifinalist for it, and I didn't even have anybody vote for me. But she said, "You still got picked. People still voted
Wow.
for you." So I was like, "So that's amazing. You won for your show."
Yeah. Yeah. For best film festival host.
Oh, which film festival?
I believe I Can Fly. That's by Jennifer Dawn. She's the director. She's the one that uh what's the name of hold on. It's another name.
Is it in Boston, like the Boston area?
No, from Oregon.
Oh,
Yeah, she's from
I'll
Oregon.
have to send her my song. It's her festival's called "I Believe I Can Fly."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome. And also, oh, I got the wheels too. Look, she's got the wheels.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was cool. And she sent me a certificate. Which I got at home too. So it's awesome. You know, it felt great to be noticed. You know, and
That's awesome.
yeah, it's awesome. I love it. So, um, who would you like to collaborate with? Who would you like to make a song with?
Well, of course, my fiance, we're doing music together, but I always, of course, Prince, but he's not alive anymore. It was the anniversary of his death, April 21st,
Yes, I heard. Yeah.
just a few days ago. So I do want to go to Minnesota for my birthday to his home. It's now a tour
Yeah.
museum. I actually love Coldplay, believe it or not. And I don't know, Coldplay, everybody knows Coldplay. I actually would love to collaborate with him. It would be amazing to do a song with, I think his name is Chris from Coldplay.
Okay.
Maybe sing something with Andrea Bocelli. Um, Believe it or not, I'm getting ready to record a song called Pia Jesu. I'm not an opera singer. I've been told by all my voice teachers that I should be.
Yes,
And the
yes.
Lord told me to record Pia Jesu. Sarah Brightman does it. And it's in Latin, which I've never sang in another language. And it's about Jesus. And it's very kind of simple. And Ben and I have been working on that. So, but I think maybe like the Coldplay.
Okay.
I just love his music because it's so, I don't know, like his new album. And there's a song called La Couture on there. And it's just in space. The song is just space, like my video. Like I'm in
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
Just space and all these little stars. I said, oh my God, this is like, and he did my video. I had already finished my video, but not released it. But I'm like, this is kind of like my video. And all the theme of his new album, Coldplay's newest album, is all space themed. I mean, he just did a song with Selena Gomez, which I love. But I like artists like that are like really real. I think that his songs, and I don't know, but mainly those two, I would say, Andre Bocelli and.
Okay. You
They're
have
two different kinds of artists, right?
yes. But that's the challenge. That's what makes it different.
Yeah.
I like to hear different stuff, and I love to see challenges. So I think
Well, I'm challenging myself because the Lord told me, because I've never wanted to sing an opera because of the language barrier. Now, my sister, on the other hand, is she speaks 5 languages fluently. She reads and writes the languages. She actually, at her job, they have her all over the world. She's a very gifted writer and she's just smart in general. But for me, so I took on this challenge and I like it. And I said, well, maybe I'll do another song in Italian because I am Italian. I don't know Italian. My sister speaks it, but not me. But so it's like it's always good to challenge yourself. And so like doing a 1940 style, like Ella Fitzgerald song, which I love singing in that style. Okay. If you go listen to my Jingle Bells, I did a version of Jingle Bells.
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah, I love singing in that style. It comes very easy, but also the operatic style is pretty easy. So I think it's good to be kind of try to be versatile as an artist, and that's why I like to release. People are going to be shocked, like she's doing like an opera song. That's
Right.
Well, and then the next song is a 40 song, but that's what's good. You surprise people.
Right.
And I love it. I love Adele. I love Adele. I mean, who doesn't love Adele? And I love Lady Gaga. I really feel
she's something else.
Lady Gaga has a beautiful heart. Like, I mean, she just, and of course she worked with what's his name? And I can't even think of his name. He's got my dad loves him too. Why can't I think of his name? Tony Bennett. She went out of her normal pop, zone and pop dance, and she took some time and toured with Tony Bennett and did the old standards. Right. And and she just has the most beautiful heart. So she's an artist, and Adele, I love both of them.
Right. I listened to some of your songs, and you have a powerful voice, and I don't think I heard you push it all out.
And no, I don't think I have. I've had other people say that.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a very, you can do like a very high note.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing it on the new Pia Jesu. I'm going to do high because it's very high. Sarah Brightman sings like really high. And I'm not going to do it quite as high as her. But I decided I want to do it when we record it, we're going to do it in both English and Latin. Okay. So if you see anybody's recordings out there, a lot of opera singers like Charlotte Church and like Andre Bocelli never did it, but like a lot of the Celtic singers and the 3 tenors, they've all sang it. They all do it in just the original Latin, and they never do English. But I said, Ben, I want to do it where I sing the first part in Latin, the second part in English, because it's talking about Jesus.
Right.
And that's Pia Jesu, means merciful Jesus, or holy Jesus or whatever. It's just such a beautiful song, and I just felt like TC when Ben came and we were working on, he's like, "What are you doing? What is this?" I'm like, "God told me to do it." And then me and Ben, we were trying to figure out what key I'm gonna do it in. Then
Right.
he said he got it, but at first he was like, "What is this?" Because it's like me singing opera. But it's beautiful, and I heard the song on Sarah. I like Sarah Brightman, and I love George Michael. I like a combination of artists.
George Michael was one of like my favorite when I was coming up. George Michael. Oh man, but what's that?
I've been listening to him a lot lately. I actually have his greatest hits one in.
Yes, one of his hits.
Him and Prince. Prince was my all-time favorite, but George was my second.
Yeah, George.
And and he was so real too. And I watched his documentary a few weeks ago. It was so sad, but he was just so authentic as far like Prince. They were both authentic.
Yes.
Their songs were their songs, and that they weren't like a pop artist that they would just sign and then they give them songs.
Yeah.
They were actually real artists that created the songs from their heart, you know.
Right. I would love to hear you do like an R&B song.
I could probably do an R&B. I mean, my Flowers in My Garden is kind of like jazz R&B, and I have a song called Electric Church that's very gospel. That's for my folks. So they're not like, I've never made any videos. They're up on YouTube, but they're under the CD Baby.
Right.
You know, so you could hear those. That's very gospel. But I could definitely do an R&B. Yeah. The Blessed song that TC and I are doing, my fiance and I are doing a song called Blessed, and that's very R&B, kind of R&B gospel.
Yeah.
And it's a really good song. Matter of fact, when TC and I were working on the song together, and my producer Ben came over and we played it, Ben's like, "I really like this," and so we're kind of working together. But I got to get TC to finish it. I said, "TC, we got it, but we got to finish it," you know.
Right. I understand how that goes. So I want to play a little clip or something of. Is it up? Okay. Can you hear it?
I can hear it, yeah.
So this is a song Fly by Amy Barbera. I mean Flying, sorry. That's so relaxing.
I'm sorry.
The video is so dope.
I am sorry. Free, I'm flying. Sorry, free. I am flying. Sorry.
I love the video. Did you guys put that together?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you the journey of that. We actually filmed at a dance studio. Well, you can finish, or however you want. We can talk about it, or you can keep playing the song. But I wanted to dance in the video, and I knew that I wanted to be like I was in the sky. And there's no way that you can film in the sky. You know, you have to do. So we had to film green screen. So he put up a big green screen in the dance studio, and we had a big fan, and we did it over a period of days. It wasn't like filmed all in one day because I wanted to do a change up of what I wore. And I told Ben, I know that I want to go from being in the regular clouds and then transition in kind of like the moon and in between, and then go into space. And I have to say, all the video, my favorite scenes are the space scenes. You know, even though my dress is like a brown dress, but I knew that I had to wear a color like that.
Well, it's blue.
The blue is beautiful, but the brown. But the reason I picked the brown dress in space is because I knew that I was going to be dancing, and I didn't want to have anything too bright. So
right.
So, and there was an actual dance dress. I found that all the dresses are from thrift stores. So we, believe it or not, when we the spinning scenes, I was actually physically felt sick doing those scenes because I had these like tap shoes on and I was really spinning like.
That's so funny.
So it wasn't like a pleasant thing doing the spinning, but it looks amazing in the video because when I'm spinning, it's like I'm really spinning like and it looks gorgeous.
Face, yeah.
And the jumping and the leaping scenes, I said, Ben, I want to jump like a dancer, like because I wanted to create a scene. And so I jumped like 25 times. We had me run across and then we only picked 2 of this, and I just, I had this vision of what I want. That's why Ben, when we did the final editing, he's like, Amy, in reality, you're the creative director because I picked out all the footage, the space scenes, picked out everything that we used on top because we had to layer it. It's the actual film, which he had to take the green screen out. And then we had to do the backgrounds, and then we had to do the front grounds, so it literally looks 3D. If you look at the video, especially the space scenes, it looks like space is coming out, like if you had 3D glasses. And so people are asking me, how did you guys do that? I've had so many people write me about the editing and strangers like, this is amazing. But we worked very hard on it because I wanted it to not look so green screeny. And I had to find all the footage to use. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. But it was a lot of work. Even for Ben, he was like, oh my gosh, because there's so much involved when you take the green screen out because you're using lighting. Right. And then the lighting was reflecting off my dress. It's blue that made it look green. So he had to saturate it out so that you couldn't tell. And there's just a lot involved with the technical side of it.
Right.
So I'm very proud of the video, and I'm so happy that Ben and I worked on it together, and we're a great team. He's my music producer, but he's good at everything. I always send people to him. He's so busy, he doesn't even know what to do.
Well, busy is good,
Well, he's really, like, for me, like, I'm not really good at the editing of video. I would need him, but I can come up with the concept. And with Make Me a Butterfly, I didn't film that with Ben. He actually did some of the final editing. Right. I filmed with a guy named Xander Brandt. We filmed on different locations. They were all, we filmed at the graveyard in Palm Beach. My friend April was like, well, you got to film at a graveyard. I'm like, I am not filming at a graveyard. She said, and then the pool scene, the one I'm floating in the pool in my dress. Well, I was so adamant against that. We were at this huge mansion, in a private mansion that they allowed me to use for the video shoot. So we had the whole beach and the mansion to ourselves, not the inside of the mansion, but the outside. And there was a pool. And April said, after we do all the beach scenes with you with the butterfly kite, you're going to get in the pool. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting in the pool. I'm in a dress. And it ends up, she got me to get in the pool, and it ended up being amazing. And it won a lot of awards. I think probably because people were like, wow, this video, we really authentically were in the locations, Yeah. We're and that graveyard is one of the oldest in Palm Beach. Really? And I was adamantly against doing it. But April's like, no, but the song starts out sad. So you don't want to be in a happy place when you're singing. Right. And it's beautiful there because it was like they had the crosses. We filmed during the day. So obviously we're not going to film at night. Right. And believe it or not, when we were there was a hip hop artist on the other side of the graveyard filming his music video, but they were filming on the newer side. It was like you could tell it was hip hop by the way the music and the dress. That side, but that is one of the oldest grave sites in West Palm, and it was beautiful that day. It was like breezy, and I can't even explain. It was so peaceful, and so sometimes, like even with video, I had to step out of my comfort zone and listen to April, which she helped me a great deal on that video. And we had a blast, through the whole process. And we have a lot of laughs because she was in her bathing suit getting in the water. And they're like, swim. No, I'm under the water. And you could only do like one.
Can I just sit here and look cute?
Yeah, because you could only do one take of that. When I got in the water,
right,
I had to get under because I walked in the water. So we said we're going to do that as the last shoot of the day. So the reason I'm telling you this is sometimes video shooting between like the dancing and the spinning and the pool, you're not always comfortable, Right. Like, I literally felt nauseous as I'm spinning, and Ben was telling me, okay, Amy, dance because he's a dancer professionally. And he said, and I'm not a dancer. So he's telling me, you know, because I was feeling nauseous, he said, just you have to focus on one focal point and when you're spinning, but I still felt nauseous, but look how beautiful. He said, I look like that, you know, that group, those guys that wear those long white things and they spin. I don't know what they're called.
When I started spinning, it reminded me, you know, when back in the days they used to have the doll and you wind it up and then yeah, you brought me straight to that. Said she is so dope.
Well, I had like tap shoes on. They were like they had like this material on the bottom that would make you slide.
Yeah.
So and then of course when I did the leaping, I was in my bare feet.
Yeah.
But we did that over and over and over, you know, until. So I'm just saying that you know, it's fun to step out of your comfort zone, and I'm glad that I listened to April because it makes the video more interesting. If I would just, I said I've got to do some scenes where I'm at least leaping, or I didn't want to just be there because green screen. Most people when they do it, unless they're really top films or like big directors, they can do a lot of stuff. But a lot of people just stand there and have. I wanted to at least show my feet and show that I danced, and do it in a way. And it almost looks like 3D. So I like the space scenes the best, actually. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, so it's always good to be creative, you know, come up with an idea, theme of a song, and then think about the video. We do that. You know, we talk a lot, you know, we say, hey, man, you know, this song says this about on the graveyard. No, singing, you know, because we got a song, me and him together, and it's kind of a sad song, so.
Did you film in the graveyard too?
No, we ain't filmed the song yet. We got the song, we just never filmed it. I mean, we just never shot it or put it out. We just kind of kept it to ourselves. But,
yeah, well, it was interesting because there was a hip hop group filming way over from us in the same graveyard. I guess it was maybe a scene in their video where maybe somebody died or something. You know?
Yeah, and you have fun. You know, you have fun creating your own ideas, you know, to your music, and then once you're done, all you want to do is see the final product, you know. And that's the bad thing about the music, you know, videos, that once you record it, you're like at home, like, I just can't wait to see what it looks like, you know, when it comes out.
Well, you got it. You know, the thing is I had to go through hundreds of hours of footage with both videos and the Christmas videos I've done, and I had to sit there. Even on the first video, because I worked with 3 different editors on that video, Fernando, Lisa, Corinne, and then Ben did the final editing. I had to go through like second to minute. Like, I want to use this part of the video. It's very tedious, you know?
Yeah.
So even though I didn't do like the editing, I did kind of, Fernando said, you actually did the hard part, picking the things, because, you know, you're doing several takes.
You're right.
And for me, I'm very critical of myself, the way I look. Like, I was nervous this morning, like, am I going to look right on camera? And even Charlotte was like that with me when she showed me. See, I said, Charlotte, you're such a beautiful person. I mean, she's beautiful. So, like, I have to look right. Like, a person might pick a footage that they like, but I might not like the way I look on it. So I'm very particular about that.
Right.
Women are more like that than men.
Women are like that. Yeah, you know, I can see it because when I was, you know, when I had my partner and we used to like try to go out and anything, she was the first one to get dressed, but the last one out the house, because when it came to the hair, oh, do I look fine in the mirror? I said, baby, why don't you just take the mirror with you?
Yeah.
And in the car while we on the way to where we got to, you figure it out.
Yeah, I get nervous. Like TC always, he doesn't care. He'll put his on. He's not vain. He just puts on whatever. But I'm like very nervous.
Yeah, women. Yeah, you women do that a lot. Which is
actually,
good.
We went to go see. He took me to a comedy show. Oh God, with Arnez J and not Bruce, but like all black comedians, which they were. I never laughed so hard in all my life.
Yeah, they
were so funny because they were talking about women and sisters, how they'll go out and they'll be in the most uncomfortable shoes, uncomfortable outfits. And they're just so uncomfortable, but they'll go out because they want to look, you know, pretty and hot, but they're like really uncomfortable. And I was cracking up because it's so true. Right.
And some women do their hair, right? They're gonna go out, they do their hair's done. They don't even want to lay down and mess up.
Yeah.
But we going out tomorrow. Let me put my hair in the doobie, but I want to sleep standing up. I'm gonna sleep standing up because I don't want my hair to get messed up.
They talked about that on the comedy show
I know.
about the hair and the eyelashes. Now the false eyelashes
and the nails. You know,
no, the
hello.
nails. Now this is my real hair. Everybody asks me. I do not have
I
extensions. This
love
is
it.
my
Yes,
real natural curly hair. I've even gone in salons and they're like looking and I'm like, no, this is my real God-given hair.
it's awesome. I love
And
the hair. You have beautiful hair.
well, thank you. That's my
If
real
you ever
hair.
decide to cut some off, I'll take some to go.
Yeah, TC is bald just like you.
I know.
Matter of fact, you and him are like kind of have the same coloring, and you guys look like you could be brothers.
Hey,
now,
what's up, man?
are you African American? Are you Puerto Rican? Because a lot of people think TC is Cuban or Puerto Rican.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Actually, yeah, everybody thinks he's Puerto Rican. But
Yeah, he looks Latin.
He's not. He's African American. His mother he's kind of a combination of African American, Native American, because he's from New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
So, but everybody thinks that he's Latino, Spanish, Cuban, or you look like you could be brothers. Actually, you and him.
Hey, brother, where he at?
You would get along real well.
Right, for real. Hey, listen, I'm a people's people. I love everybody.
He does too. He does too. He's got friends of every race, the LGBT community like me. Some of his best friends. So we're the same. We're the same, him and I, in that way.
Yes, that's awesome. That's the way to be. You know, be a people's people, you know, and understand people. Everybody got different agendas in their life, you know, but we need to understand people sometimes. We tend not to understand people because some people want things their way and only their way. And not everybody's like that, you know, so you gotta,
especially in politics, it's like that now.
My goodness.
The worst. I've never remembered ever being like that.
Right. You got to learn how to adjust.
Yep.
For real. Especially politicians. Y'all need to learn how to adjust and get it together, okay?
Yes.
From the politics to the White House.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
But so what do your family and your friends think about what you're doing?
Well, my parents have been very supportive over the years. I mean, like in 2015, I had a big CD release party. It was like a wedding almost, honestly. I mean, It was like planning a wedding. My album Breath of Angels came out, so I had like a concert, a food, a decoration, like a wedding. So they really supported me. And then my first album, we did the same thing, and it was right after my grandma passed.
I'm sorry.
My parents have put so much into helping me with my music and all of my friends. I have so many friends that have been with me like from way back. Like I have a girl named Lisa Zukowski. She's not even on social media.
Right.
But when we worked together at a bank before social media, she was calling radio stations. She's like, I believe in you so much.
That's awesome.
And her husband passed away really young. He was in his 40s, and they had me sing at his funeral, that was probably the hardest because I've sang at a lot of funerals. But I have to say that was really hard. I mean, I don't even know how he did it. But so I have so many wonderful friends, and of course my producer Ben and April Ancelona, the one I was telling you about that made me get in the pool.
Okay.
Who have been there with me like through my photo shoots, and then I have other amazing producers. Like I have DJ Michael D who did a lot of remixes, and he helped me with my websites. And my friend Jamie Allen, she's the one who got me on MySpace in the beginning too. I've had so many people like along the way kind of help me on my journey or connect me with people. And now Charlotte, like I said, she could be my manager. That's because she's got that way about her. She's just like an angel, and just, you know, when you have people behind you that believe in you, and my fiance, he really believes in me and stuff. Even though we have our clashes, you know, you know how it is, but he really believes in me. He likes the song Flying too. That's his favorite of mine. And he's a hip hop guy. He does hip hop R&B. So his main, you know, he loves all music because Prince is his favorite artist, and he loves Jimi Hendrix and all that. But he loves hip hop, R&B. He knows everything about any style of music. He even likes country. But he actually loves flying, and he always has, even before the video. And he said it could be in a movie. I'm trying to figure out how I could get it to people to be on a movie or be a potential in a movie.
Well,
there's so many of these sites that you can go to, but like there's thousands of people uploading the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know, Directors, get it to the directors,
Director. So I'm going to just submit it to the film festivals. I'm going to talk to Doug Hammer, who
and
is
see
the
if they
pianist.
yeah,
I collaborated with Doug Hammer on this. He's actually a really big concert pianist,
mm-hmm.
and all his music plays on, like, on the music, like soundscapes and
Yeah.
music choice and
Composers, like composers that make beats for
hip
films.
hop.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, but he's a pianist, so he does all kinds of piano, and we collaborated on flying together. And
okay,
he is on commercials. His music is, because he's a pianist, but he also is on all the TV music, that you hear on
right,
TV if you want to
yeah,
listen to.
yeah,
So you gotta have the right connections, because so many people, where there's so much competition as far as,
right.
because that's
So
another avenue, commercials and film, for your songs, to get in commercials.
right, right, and there's people that have independent films, not like Hollywood, but people that shooting independent films that need songs, for their films, and you can reach
Yeah.
out to them and say, hey, listen, I got this song. If you feel you can use it, let me know. We can talk something and get it played in your film. I
Yeah, my
mean,
friend Robin used me in her short film, You're Not Alone, and they
yeah,
used my song at the end. It's called Breath of Angels, and it went perfect with her film, so they had that. So, and I
right.
forgot to mention, I wanted to mention Denny Tate. He produced and helped me with my Breath of Angels album. I love him so much, and I forgot. I'm like, I got to give him a shout out. So
Yes, set
he's
out, set out.
very supportive.
Mm-mm. So if people want to reach out to you, how can they contact you? You have website?
Well, I have an official website. It's
Okay.
amybarbera.com. It's AMYBARBERA. And on my website, I have all my social media. When you first go into the homepage, all
Mm-hmm.
my social media tabs. And I also have where they can log in the email, on a newsletter email thing, and they can even write a comment. As a matter of fact, my website is fairly new, and I haven't. I need to share it, because I had to do a whole brand new website last year. Um, but I'm on everything. I have a Facebook fan page. I'm on Twitter. I have a YouTube channel. I have a Spotify channel. I have a
Right.
TikTok. I have Instagram. Like, I'm on everything, that the big social media. So anywhere. And then my website shows everything. And of course, my music's on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Pandora, everything.
That's awesome. So, the key to everything is to put it out there, right? You
To
got
put it
to
out there. Yeah.
same way you put your music out there, you got to put that same effort in promoting yourself.
It's a lot of work. The promotion, it's
Mm.
not the putting out. When I get ready to release, like flying, I was like shaking, because I knew that I had to promote it.
Right,
And I'm so happy now, because I'm like, wow, it's getting traction, it's getting views, it's getting likes, it's getting comments. And the main
right,
thing for me as an artist is I want the comments. I want the authentic comments, because you can buy views now, you can buy
yeah,
people can do all kinds of things,
right,
but you want the authentic fans. And when I start submitting, they're going to see, wow, this video is not only getting views, and I got a lot more subscribers now too, but I'm doing it on my own. And that's what's hard. And I tell people, it's not the putting out of the music, it's the promoting.
right.
And
That's
that's
right,
the hard part. What I
right.
do too, and I tell people this, like, for instance, the birthdays on Facebook. I check the birthdays every day. And now that I have this new song, I combine my song. I'm like, happy, happy, happy birthday. I pray you have an amazing birthday. And I said, I come fly with me on your birthday. And I
Hey,
attach the video. And that works, because you're constantly promoting.
there you
Another
go.
thing that I can tell people is, I have LinkedIn. I have a LinkedIn page, and I've ignored it for so long. And I decided to go back to it. And I had people that were really in contact with me about my old music, my Make Me a
Mm,
Butterfly. And I've reached out. I fixed up my LinkedIn page, got it up to date. And I've been getting so much response. And even
mhm.
some radio interviews came in. I booked like 2 or 3 radio interviews from LinkedIn, and just from sharing the video, and like
That's
with
awesome.
you. So you have to think of other avenues, and maybe
Mhm.
some sites you've been ignoring. Like, if you're on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
start reaching out to LinkedIn people because it really works. So you got to think, and it's constantly every day. I'm like, oh, I forgot to send it to this person. And you kind of send it every day to somebody. And I do a lot of work behind the scenes. Like I'm sending private messages to people,
Yeah.
so, and then just kind of balancing things. Like I talked about the video, and then my mom got sick. So I've been focusing more on my mom.
Right. Right.
I'm going to promote our interview, and then I'll go back to promoting flying and
Right.
kind of like constantly promoting it, because I think nobody has the attention span anymore in our world because of social media, and they watch something, a video comes out, and then all of a sudden it's gone in like a week.
Yes.
But you as an artist, you have to think of ways where you can constantly be promoting it, even when it's been released a couple months, a year, where it's because there's so many millions of people out there where it's new to them.
Yeah.
That because even with the release of flying, I've had people that are commenting on flying or seeing my Make Me a Butterfly video, and I'm getting views and likes and comments on that.
Right.
Like it's new again because these people have never seen it. So
That's
just
right.
because, so you have to have the mentality, like, okay, this might be not new to people that know me or my music or myself, but there's millions of people out there that have never seen it.
That's right. We talk about that all the time, me and him.
Yeah.
It's old to us. It's old to us because we hear it all the time. We sing it, but to people, it's new. It's new to the people. So you're right, 100%. And you will start getting likes on your other old videos because now you're mixing it with your new stuff, and people that haven't seen it are going to log in to see what that's all about. So you're going to get.
I had like 300 and some comments on Make Me a Butterfly, and now it's up to almost like 417 or 420. So just since the release, I have the same people checking that out. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I love this video too,"
Right.
So I can't wait till one day I'm in the millions. But right now, I'm happy where I'm at, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And
and 90% of that success comes from you. You as the artist, you have to put in the work. You can't wait for people to put the work in for you. Certain things they can do for you, but the work comes from you. You're the one to make your success because you're the one moving. You're the one with the vision. You're the one that know where you want to go. So you got to make the moves. You got to make the contacts.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, and you got to reach out.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, you got to reach out to like go back to places you're ignoring. Like I have not been on LinkedIn in so many months. Went in. Matter of fact, LinkedIn is really great because that everybody on LinkedIn is all about their business. It's not about their personal life mainly.
Right.
So you feel a little bit better sending your video because that's what everybody else is doing. They're sending their music or they're sending their business information.
Right.
So I found, wow, I'm getting a lot of response, and I've been asked to be on 3 different shows from that. Right. So I'm like, wow, I've just been on here a week. I send the song, and they're like, we would love to feature you. And some of them are like not necessarily music shows. They're like inspirational shows,
right?
Women's shows.
Yes.
And that's another thing as an artist too. You don't have to just be on music shows. You can be on like I can be on an inspirational women's show.
Yes, right.
Or if they have a show about thrift store shopping, I could go on there.
You're right.
So it's just about doing promotion every day, behind the scenes, little by little. Even if you just send it to 2 people. Like there's this jazz lady, Joan Cartwright, I met at a music convention. She's a jazz. And I totally forgot. And then her thing popped up on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't sent the video to Joan Cartwright. She was always supportive. So it's like, you every day you think of somebody or some avenue or the birthday. I do the birthday thing. You can share the Don Vick show.
Hey.
So, like you have to think of, and I do it like come fly with me on your birthday. And people love that. I did that with my other videos. And at Christmas time, when I release my Christmas and their birthdays around the holidays, I'll send them the Christmas. And it really works. I tell people.
Good. That's a good plan. That's a good plan.
You think outside the box.
Always, you have to think outside the box. But I want to thank you for coming on the show. You're great. I wish you a lot of success, and I really pray for your parents to get better and get well.
That's been so hard and taught me a lot about myself and about life and about aging and about how life is really short. I realize now, like, wow.
Yeah, definitely. is an eye opener. You know,
I'm getting, and this person is so nice. The Garcia. I don't
yeah,
know how.
that's my co-host. That he
Oh,
didn't
he
come
is
in
so
today.
nice. He keeps writing. Thank you so much, everybody
Yeah,
that's writing.
that's my co-host. He didn't come in today. Um, he was out with his partner. Um,
Oh, well,
so
tell us they said hi. So
yeah,
send me the archive because I will be promoting it. Um, I'm going to put it all over and on my website too.
right. So this show is on YouTube. It is on Parapost Network. Uh, Post is on YouTube. There's three of my major platforms I work with.
Now,
In
when I share the link, like which
Instagram.
link should I share? Like which link do you want?
You can share it on all your platforms. That's what you want. You want exposure. Any platform you can share it in, you share it.
Yeah, because it's going to go up on YouTube too. Because I'll like it and comment, and I'll put it on. I can like
Right,
it
because
and put it on my favorites on my YouTube channel.
right.
I
So
can do.
my people on my page will see it. You put it on your page, your people will see it. So that that's how it grows. They'll share it, and my people share it. Now you're moving around and people watching. Not just that platform, but Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Parapost Network.
Now this is stream. What is this network we're on
This
now?
is StreamYard.
StreamYard. Now then you take this video from StreamYard and you put it up on YouTube.
It's already automatically live on YouTube. It's live on
Oh,
Parapost.
I didn't know that. See, I didn't know.
So I don't have to share it. It's already playing right now as we talking. It's playing on those two platforms at the same time.
Well, like later tonight and then tomorrow, especially Sunday, I'm going to be sharing it a lot.
Right.
Social media.
So
Twitter, everywhere.
Yeah. So thank you. Do you know Mr. Mike Wagner?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
The Mike Wagner Show.
I've never heard of the man. I don't think so.
Well, I'm introduce you guys so you can go on his show as well. He's an
I would love that.
He's an amazing guy, and like we was talking earlier, consistency. You want to stay in the media's face as much as you can. Any talk show you can get plugged in with, make the call, get on that show. Because the more people that see you, the more you're spreading your music, you're spreading yourself. You're promoting yourself in different platforms, and that would help you as well. You get different.
Just like Charlotte got me with you. Remember I love her. Hi, Charlotte. She's
amazing. She'll call me in a little while. How amazing was Amy?
Isn't she a hoot? It's so funny. She called me this morning, but I was so busy getting ready, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Because her and I, when we get on the phone, we can talk. So
yeah. Oh, trust me,
your
women can do that the best. Talk. Oh, women can do it the best.
Yes, you're right.
That's like fixing the hair, putting makeup. You guys love that. Sorry, I'm so sick. But I'm gonna link you up with Mr. Mike Wagner. I'm gonna reach out to him first, and I'm gonna let him know that I'm gonna send you over to him. He'll be gladly to have you. He was actually on here earlier. He was one of the first ones that logged in, and I believe he said hello. He said, "Oh, you passed him. I think go back up." Mike, yeah, he said hi, guys. He said hi, Liz. Oh, he was talking to Liz, but
Oh, there he is, Mike Wagner. I see him.
Yeah,
he's got the headphones on. Yeah, I would love to be on his show. Any show, I actually love interviewing. By the way,
good. So you will love him because when he starts his show, forget about it. He came on my show. I gave him an interview. I was on his show. That's how we met. And he came on my show. And when he came on my show and then I interviewing him, it sounded like he was already in character, in his radio character. Yes,
really?
Yes, that's how he is. He talks like he's already, and doing his show. He's on my show acting like he's doing his show.
That's so funny. So he's a character. Well, you're a character too.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Both of you.
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna reach out to him and I'll have you go on his show.
Okay.
I have some other people that I can send you to as well to be on their platform.
Oh wow. Okay. Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, yeah, because
Wow.
this is what it's all about, Amy. It's about growth. It's about helping each other grow,
That's right.
and I do it because it's the right thing to do, and why not help someone that's wanting to grow, and
Yes. Thank you.
and,
I
and
really appreciate that
right,
a whole lot.
and in process of that, all I'm after is the blessings from God,
That's
for me
right.
helping you connect to other, because we don't know. Who knows what might happen with you and me introducing you to some of the people I know. Who knows?
Yeah, you
What
never
might,
know. You never
right,
know who you're connecting with. You never
right,
know.
right. And I like to do that because I know what it is to want something or to be a part of something and the doors close in your face. I know how
Yeah.
that feels. This is why I created this platform, to give people that opportunity to be exposed, to talk about their talent, talk about their music, because I know what it is to have a talent and like nobody's listening. Nobody wants to give you that opportunity or that glow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not a selfish guy. So I want to give people that opportunity to come on my show and not just give you exposure on my platforms, but also connect you to other people that I know that got platforms so that you could grow.
Yeah. So well,
You
that's
know,
amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm
right.
seeing this Mark Lee. Hi, Mark Lee.
So Mark Lee is an
Right in
amazing,
the,
yes, he's an
wow.
amazing guy. See, and let me tell you, Mark Lee has his team. He's a paranormal investigator.
Oh,
So if you
that's
like
amazing.
if you like paranormal
I
stuff,
see. Yeah, I love it on the Travel Channel. They have it all the time.
okay. So Mark Lee has his a crew, amazing. He has Barbara Whitlow. He has Tammy Christian. He has Alicia. They're all amazing, and they go out and investigate people's homes, cemeteries. Again,
That's
we
what I
talk
was gonna
about,
say. That
yeah,
cemetery in Palm Beach is like the oldest. I mean, there were graves from like the early 1900s or maybe even earlier.
yeah.
But I
So
didn't feel anything bad there because we were there during the day and it was very beautiful and it was in the middle of Palm Beach. So it was just really, I can't, it was really nice.
right,
Because it was
right,
like an old grave site, but it was like during the day. I wouldn't want to be
yeah,
there at
yeah.
night, but
But spirits, they travel during the day as well. So you don't know, there could have been a spirit there with you during the
but it
day.
was very peaceful. I mean, and the
Right,
weather was just beautiful because we have good weather here in Florida, but it can be hot. But at that day, it was really perfect. Like it was just
right. So
so.
that's who Mark Lee is,
Hi, Mark. He's right in the.
Enlightened Spirits Paranormal. You can check it out on the website. You can check it out on Parapost, Twitch. These guys are all platforms, and they've been on my show. Even though I don't have nothing to do with the paranormal team groups, but I've been following them, and
Mhm.
we've been friends. So now I'm involved because I'm very interested about the paranormal, and there's a lot of questions that people have that haven't been answered or want answered. So that's how we got connected, and we've been good friends.
That's
And
cool.
yeah,
Really.
so yeah, so I connect them with the people I know. They connect me with. So it's all about connecting people, and that's how we work. That's why I love my team and the people
Yeah,
that.
and look, I'm meeting all these nice people.
Yes, and you got good music. They love music. Mark actually has his own rock band.
Oh, yeah, because he said I'd like to do a duet with her sometime.
Yes, he has his. Yeah,
That would be fun.
he be piping it. So, and it's
Oh,
funny because I was invited to go to Chicago by one of his paranormal team, Tammy, for 4th of July, and I'm gonna head out there, and bring my son with me, and meet them for the first time, all of them, and have the 4th of July in Chicago with some great people, and maybe do an investigation because
yeah,
Tammy
so I was
said
going to say, are you going to go out and investigate with him?
yes,
That
because
would be fun.
Tammy says her house is haunt, has spirits and stuff. So maybe we can do it, right there while we're there, and do a live.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, and do a live one. So I'm gonna connect you with Mr. Mike Wagner. Mark Lee's here. I don't know. They have a talk show as well, but they talk more about paranormal.
Paranormal. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
yeah. I don't know what your music and the paranormal has to do with anything, but yes, you will.
I'll see you on July 4th.
Yes, you will. So Mike Wagner. I was also put on by a friend of mine, Nicole Vegas. She's from Las Vegas.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, she connected me to another friend, Maria Pereza, works for the Nina show in Las Vegas. Um, I was supposed to be on tonight, but we rescheduled. So when I go out there to Vegas, I can do it live.
Wow.
But I can connect you with her and you can get on that show as well.
I would love that. Whatever show you know.
Yeah. And and get you on those shows as well. Okay. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
You were
you.
great.
And I will be sharing everything. And when I share the link, it'll have all the people's communicating to. That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah. So when you share it, and all the comments will come up, and the people that were on it will show up as well, which is amazing. So thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. It's been great interviewing with you.
Yes, you're awesome. You're awesome. And wish you the best. Hope your parents get better. And anything that we can do for you, just you got my contact. You can let me know anything that I can do for you, and we'll try to make it happen. And any shout outs you want to shout out anybody before we log out?
Oh, everybody. Well, Charlotte for connecting me with you, and everybody that I work with, and my parents. Obviously, I want to give a shout out to them and pray for them. But there's just so many people. So I guess mainly just my parents and all the people that I mentioned earlier, and then of course Charlotte. Love you, Charlotte.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
thank you. And you guys, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on the show, and we'll bring you back in the future. I'm gonna keep my eye on you. We're gonna keep talking, and as you keep moving forward and bringing out more music, we'll bring you back so you can promote that. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I'm gonna have a lot of new stuff, so it'll be fun.
Okay.
Okay. And let me know about your music too. Whatever you got, I want to hear your music as well.
Oh, my music. Hey,
you
my
have
music.
To send it to me.
I don't know if you're ready for our music, Barbera.
You can send it. TC, you should hear the stuff TC plays.
Okay.
I know.
With that being said, okay, I can say you something. So, thank you so much. Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Yeah, so that was Amy Barbera. She is award-winning spiritual singer and a songwriter. She's amazing. It was a great interview. It was a nice song. I was waiting for this for a while. We had to reschedule for today, and it was worth it. I want to thank Charlotte for making this possible. And yeah, people, and I want to thank everybody that logged in to support Amy Barbera. Check out her music on all the websites, Spotify, YouTube, and show her some love. Check out her music, share it, like it, comment, and we'll see you next week, guys. Thank everybody for watching the Don Vic Show. I'm here with my son Stacks from Stacks in the City. Big shout out to my co-host IG. And we are out. Good night, everybody.